the heart rate monitors are really geared towards two things. We don't want to overtrain our athletes. So it's, you know, we're watching, and they call it training loads, but we're watching the training loads of every guy. And we don't want to, especially early on, overtrain them and get them to a point where, you know, they are above some of their thresholds. So what we have done is we brought in a physiological testing group, and we got all their max heart rates for each individual, and then we got their lactate levels. So what we're trying to do right now is keep the guys in aerobic zones so that we can build the foundation. Because if you build the foundation of the aerobic levels, then you know the goal is for us to by a month in start, you know, really working more on the anaerobic levels, and then those anaerobic levels will have more pop to them. They'll have that next layer of growth to them because the foundation of the aerobic levels was built. So like when our guys came in, a lot of our guys weren't reading great in the aerobic levels. So we took this time and we really changed kind of our plans to get them in between 70–80% of their heart rate, spend some time in those areas to develop those areas, so that the goal is by the end of the year, if we have that foundation and we're really drawing off of those anaerobic levels when it gets real tough, we'll have that base to draw off of. Yeah, we've changed practices. We've changed, you know, because what we've been doing is we track every drill with our heart rate monitor. So, you know, we'll look at, let's just say we have 4 exercises in our one practice, and we'll look at their heart rate for each drill, and we'll pick drills that, you know, get us to the values that we want. And then also, you know, we usually would start practices with some anaerobic sprint work, and we've geared that, we've changed that to aerobic work now for the first 3 weeks to a month. And then we are going to get back into that anaerobic so that we can really build you know, their anaerobic levels, and it makes us not have as much pop early, but the hope is, you know, the soccer will be good early, and you know, that we can you know, really focus in on once we get into the Big East and hopefully beyond, and really maximize our time at, you know, within those games.